Welcome once again to Cheesy Dan Reviews. As always, I'm Cheesy Dan. Today on the plate, we have the Slice. The Slice is a local pizzeria. It is not part of a chain or any larger group. In fact, it was started by a local Columbus native to my area. And as a smaller restaurant getting started, you know it's always difficult to attract new customers. However, I have heard good things from people I know that have had pizza from here before. This is my first try, so we're gonna have to give it a shot, see what it's like, and hopefully it's a great pizza and it's a good recommendation, and love to support a local business. But as always, we're gonna have to find out what the cheesy score is and find out if this cheese is worth your dough. So let's get to it. To determine if this cheese is worth your dough, we're gonna judge it based on its appearance, its day one taste, its value. Take a slice and stick it in the fridge, come back on day 3 for the reheat. We'll take all 4 scores, add them together, divide them by 4, and then we'll know the cheesy score. Well, let's open up this box and see what we got for our money. Well, overall, not a too bad looking pizza. It is of the thinner style, not quite as thin as say like a New York style, but definitely on the thinner side. It does smells pretty good, to be honest. There's a little bit of grease in here, but I'm really starting to figure out that that's kind of more normal than anything. But overall, good looking pizza. You know, obviously there is a little bit of sauce where there could be more cheese in this section here. A little bit of sauce poking out here, a little cooked more than it is over here, but overall pretty appetizing. It's got my mouth watering. I'm gonna go ahead and give it its appearance score. So for a day one appearance score, I'm gonna put this one, I'm gonna put it at a 7. It could use some extra cheese coverage, as I've mentioned, a little bit better even cooking. Overall though, good looking pizza. Now it's time to pick a slice. Which one do you think I should pick? I'm gonna go with this one. I'll pick this one. We'll see if I got the right one or not. Whoop. Now, the pizza crust you can see here, it's not crispy. It is a softer crust. It has a little bit of a thickness to it, which we'll see more once we take a bite. The pizza itself holds pretty well, a little bit of flop. The crust has a nice fluffy texture. It almost has like an olive oil or something along that smell, like a natural olive oil. So I don't know if it's just been sprayed with that or not, but it definitely does smell good. Now, before I take this bite, I do want to talk about the value part. This one is a 14-inch. It comes in at $14.99 plus tax. Now, it's kind of interesting with this pizza place. They offer their pizzas in a 10, a 14, an 18, and a 20-inch, which a typical large, like at Papa John's, is going to be a 14-inch, which is what this is. But you can go 2 more sizes above that to an 18 and a 20, whereas I want to say a large, extra large Papa John's is 16 inches. So they have 2 more sizes that go even bigger than that. So who knows, maybe if it's good, I need to go back and try a 20-inch. But $14.99 for a large cheese pizza is not a bad deal. Yes, you know, fast food style pizza, you could get it cheaper, like a $10.99, you know, 1 topping carryout. But as far as a sit down pizzeria, dine-in restaurant, that is going to put it on the lower end of pricing. It's going to be similar in pricing to, say, like Your Pie that I've already reviewed. So with the $14.99 price in mind, I would put this one at a at a value score. I'm going to put it at 8. It is priced better in most cases than most sit-down restaurants. So overall, I'm going to put it an 8. Now, let's get the best part out of the way. Let's go ahead and give it its taste. So, good cheese coverage. I don't know how well you can see that there, but good cheese coverage. The sauce is a little bit sweet, and then the second half of the sauce hits you and it's a little bit more acidic. The bread or the crust, not really tasting a whole bunch of it, doesn't really seem to stand out so much, which is fine. It is crust, but very well cooked. They did a perfect job. I don't know, like I said, if you can see, the bottom is just perfectly cooked. The taste is really good. I kind of almost want to take a second bite. Hold on a second. Yeah, the cheese itself, this is just a mozzarella, but they cooked it very well, so it's really held together well. I would say this, for a day one taste score, I feel pretty confident I could put this one at an 8. The only thing I would say that would be a little bit different is sauce isn't bad, just the initial hit is, it's almost, like I said, it's almost a little acidic or almost tangy feeling a little. I prefer it to be a little more sweet. Otherwise, I'm not going to say that there's really a lot more left to change. They smell great. I know the whole family was excited when they smelled them come in, and they're eagerly looking forward to getting their chance to rate the slice as well. So, good start for the slice. You know, local pizza place doing it well. That's great. And I guess what we're going to do, as always, we're going to need to take a slice and put it in the fridge and come back on day 3 so we can give it a reheat taste. So let's look at the slices that we've got here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you tell me which slice you think I'm going to pick for day 3, and I'll let you know on day 3 which one I got.
3 days later.
All right, we just got it out of the fridge on day 3. Let's see what it looks like. Well, overall, cheese looks really good. It's not even showing much of grease on it, which is good. The crust itself is not spongy, which is also a good thing. You can actually see some of the seasoning that they had on the crust there, which is nice. It even smells good, so I've got really no reason to think this one won't reheat well. So let's do it. Now that it's heated up, let's let it cool off just a little bit and give it that day 3 taste. I realized I forgot to let you know which slice I picked for day 3. I picked slice 7. So if you picked that one, good for you. All right, let's take one more look at it here and get a chance to see the pizza as it's been reheated. Looks really good. Let's give it that taste. So I'm still tasting some of the cheeses for sure. I did forget to mention, I'm sure you saw the comment that I also included Parmesan. I'm definitely tasting a little bit more of a mix of cheese. Still tastes great. The crust is still pretty unobtrusive as it was on day 1. Good texture, but not a lot of taste to it. The sauce, as is the norm, it's showing a little bit of its age in the fact that the taste is becoming a little bit muted and a little bit aged. I would say I was able to put a day 1 taste score of an 8. I feel like this is probably going to be more like a 7. So with a day 3 taste test of a 7, that's going to bring us to a final cheesy score of 7.5. Really good finish for a local small, not a chain, just a startup local pizzeria. So if you live in this area and you've considered going to this place, give it a shot. It's worth a try. Their pizza was definitely good. I will give one caveat that we did order 3 pizzas, and one of the pizzas wasn't exactly what we ordered, but that's not the pizza I'm reviewing, so I'm not holding that against the score here. Just, be aware to double check the pizzas before you go. But even then, the pizza was still good. It just wasn't the exact order that we expected it to be. So, take it for what it is. But with a 7.5, this pizza actually finishes in a tie for 8th place. That's a really strong finish. Now, it does come in below some of the other big ones we tried, like Europie, Johnny's, Mellow Mushroom, Cerrone, even some of the others like Little Caesars, mainly just because the value of that pizza is just kind of off the charts. But great finish for the slice. Definitely a good start, and I think that they've got a bright future ahead of them. I hope that they do very well. But if you've enjoyed this video, please do make sure to comment. Let me know what what you thought about the pizza. Did it look appetizing to you? Did it not? Maybe you've got a good recommendation for me. And you know, if you have had a chance, share this with your friends. Let them know about Cheesy Dan reviews. Hopefully, it'll help you make a decision when it comes to getting your own pizza. But as I always like to say, until we eat again, stay cheesy.